Let's talk top boxes.
RevelatorAlf.
Hi, welcome to RevelatorAlf, a biker's life less ordinary. So today I'm talking about, well, obviously bikes, but more importantly I'm talking about these things. Yes, top boxes, which for some people are really uncool. Now, I mean, I grew up in an area where, you know, in the olden days, let's say, people who wanted to carry stuff on their bikes used to have a white box on the back of their bike, and it was really, really uncool. Even as a 5-year-old looking at bikes for the first time, I thought that looks really crap. So I had a whole lifetime of either just strapping stuff to the bike, you know, with zip ties or whatever, or carrying things in a rucksack on my back. And after a while, it got a little bit boring. Now, the thing is about motorbikes, you know, no matter what anybody says to you, they are the most impractical things for getting stuff done. You know, if you want to carry stuff around or whatever, you know, they are for the most part, for most people, they're like a leisure vehicle, or they just get them from point A to point B and traveling really light. What I found was, especially doing a lot of photography, you know, all this kind of stuff, I needed to carry more and more stuff with me. So I was either putting it in tank bags or putting it in a rucksack, and it just got really cumbersome. So I opted for something like this, not only for its off-road capability, but also for the side panniers, which I normally have, and the top box. Now, it's only when I really had this top box that I thought, wow, this is a brilliant thing to have. I don't really care about looking cool or whatever, but it's about what you can carry. So you can carry a lot of bits and pieces in there, no problem. If you want to go off-road on one of these things, actually having side panniers is a bit of a pain in the arse sometimes, especially you have to get through narrow gaps. So, you know, having just a narrow profile with a top box, you can carry a few things in there, no dramas. Let's say if you needed just to hop on the bike and quickly go to the shop and get stuff. Well, in the olden days, if you didn't have if you haven't got a rucksack or anything, well, you'd have to, you know, open up your jacket, stuff it down your jacket, and you're walking around like Father Christmas, basically. Yeah, you know, big bellies, too many burgers, you know, that kind of thing. Not a good look for the ladies, you might say. This is why the top box is really good. It just sits there, and if it's, you know, color coded to the bike or whatever, who cares? Yeah, it doesn't look that cool, I gotta say, but at the same time, it's so useful. You know, I got, you know, puncture repair kits, little bits and pieces. If I'm ever going off-road, I put a couple of extra things on there as well, just in case I have to get myself out of jail, you know, that kind of thing. But yeah, they're not the coolest, but they're the most practical. Now, what I will say about this, about any panniers or a top box, it might not be the coolest thing for a biker to have. But I tell you what, if you want to be a true motorcyclist or a biker or a rider, whatever, I don't care about terms and labels, I'm not into that. But if you want to be a true person who's riding every day, then the practicality of life is that you're going to have to carry stuff with you. It's just the way it is. Now, you can start tying things to your bike and bungees and everything, but if you have to leave it somewhere, then it's not really safe. You know, it can easily get swiped, especially in an area which I live. You know, anybody can come along and swipe stuff off your bike. So you need some kind of lockable luggage, if you like, or lockable boxes on your bike. It is just a way of increasing the practicality and of being on a bike, but also to make sure that you're riding every day. You know, so many people who be riding other bikes say, oh yeah, I'm a true biker, I'm not wearing a box. Well, they never ride every day, you know, or they might ride every day, but they hardly can ever carry anything. As soon as they need to carry something a little bit more, then they have to go in the car. Whereas in this, you know, the big benefit is that you can just keep on the bike for longer. You can carry more stuff with you. You can just, you know, go on longer trips, whatever, tours, but even day to day, they're just a lot better. So whilst I agree they're not the coolest looking things, and whilst I agree the panniers on the side, you know, are a bit of a pain to go off-road sometimes, but also if you want to filter through traffic or whatever, they're a bit too wide, so that's why I have them off most of the time. The top box is really, really useful. And even whether, and you know, the great thing is that if you want to look a little bit cooler, you just take the bloody thing off. Then just go off and do your, you know, your evening thing or whatever, and then just put it back on when you need to put stuff on. So my whole life, biking life, I've never had boxes at all. The last 2 years I've ridden with boxes. I gotta say, they're brilliant. They're brilliant. But anyway, so this is the video about whether you should have a top box on your bike. Well, I suppose it really depends what kind of bike you got really, and whether it's going to suit it in the first place. But the options, you know, either strap things to your bike, you have little side panniers or side saddlebags, that kind of thing, depending on what sort of bike you got. But say if you can got a lockable box on your bike, that's going to keep your stuff secure. And also, if it's big enough to hold your helmet, which is even better really, because you can just, instead of carrying the bloody thing around with you, you just lock it in the box, job's done. Or you've got a padlock in there or chain in there, just chain it to your bike, that's it, leave it there. But as I say, anyway, lots of benefits having a box, especially a lockable box, really good stuff. And especially when you need to just quickly carry stuff, brilliant, no hassles. Anyway, right, best be off, subscribe and like and share and all that good stuff. And well, see you on the next video. Ta-ra.